Everybody, welcome to Adjusting Journal Entries Part 15. This is expenses being recorded before being used. So what happens if we prepay for an item? So I prepay for consulting services, but instead of debiting the prepaid consulting services, which is an asset, what if we recorded consulting services expense instead? So we have a few options. The first one I'm not going to cover here, but that's reversing the initial entry and then correcting the entry with prepaid consulting services. The second one, which I will be covering here, is we're going to adjust the consulting services expense account to reflect what was used during the period and then to ensure that our prepaid consulting services reflects the future economic benefit. So let's go over here and take a look at our example. So on August 1st, 2022, Oakland pays $108,000 cash to SFO. SFO is going to perform the services for Oakland for a period of 1 year at a rate of $9,000 per month. If I take 9,000, multiply it by 12, 108,000, that's where that's coming from. On August 1st, Oakland originally recorded the transaction as a debit to consulting services expense and a credit to cash. Assume that SFO performed the services for Oakland from August 1st to December 31st, and then we're going to prepare the adjusting journal entry. So when we look at consulting services expense, this does not reflect what was used. This reflects for 12 months. What we need to have it happen is we need to go August, September, October, November, December. We used each month. It was a total of $9,000. So over here, the amount of our consulting services expense should be $45,000. So right here, this needs to be 45 grand. 108,000 does not equal 45. 108,000 minus what equals 45? 108,000 minus 63 is going to be 45,000. So now for every credit, I need a debit. The account that I'm going to go ahead over here and debit is going to be prepaid consulting services. This is an asset and it's going to be reflecting our future economic benefit. Okay, so clearly we've had some ghosts in the machine here. What's going on? I don't know. So right over here. Now, the other part of this is we know that this is correct because I've gotten down to my 45. This is what I used, and this is the amount of the adjustment. Now, the big question is, does this reflect the future amount of services we are to receive? Over here, I paid it for a total of 12 months. I used 5 up. That means I have 7 months remaining, right? So 7 months, or January 1st through July 31st of 23 is 7,000. When I multiply 9,000 by 7, I get 63,000. So I know I've done this correctly because after the adjustment, my consulting services expense now reflects 45,000. My prepaid consulting services account reflects 63. So over here, I'm going to go ahead and debit prepaid consulting services. I'm going to credit consulting services expense for 63,000, 12/31/22 to adjust consulting services expense. So this is what I'm going to do in this particular situation. Again, I could also go through and reverse the entry, and I can do that on a future video if you want to see it, but that's not necessarily really we're reversing, and then we're going to do the adjustment, which is kind of like one of the previous videos, but this one here, we've got this kind of an error or something that should not have been done, and this is how we're going through and correcting it. So in any event, I want to thank you for joining me here today. Greatly appreciate your time on the channel, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a great day.